Welcome to Morning Brew with your girl Germaine. You know, I was just sitting here thinking, let me go live on Instagram. No, but really, if you're tuning in to the Morning Brew with your girl Germaine, let me know you're in the community, okay? But I was just sitting here thinking, hmm, today's brew, progress over perfection. Which do you prefer? Progress or perfection? You let me know. Let me know in the comments. So, it's a good day. It's been a busy week, but I am so thankful, meeting some deadlines, hitting some targets, and got quite a few more to go. But I wanted to just stop by for a quick coffee break, and hopefully, you'll take a minute and join me on this morning brew. And we're talking today. Today's brew is all about progress over perfection. So, when I think about that, and it is something that you really want to think about, and then see how it aligns with you personally. Are you one that focus on progress or do you focus purely on perfection? Okay. Well, we're going to get into it, all right? So, you don't have to do it all by yourself. Great day rising, Jean. Good to have you in the community today on YouTube. So, thank you. So, today, Jean, is just a thought question that we're going to get into progress over perfection. Which one do you prefer? So, as people are joining into the community and the conversation, you know what? Let me just get into it because I don't want to hold you long. I have a busy day. We got books to get out, and we got people that's pre-ordered and waiting on their books, and books are coming. So, needless to say, let's talk about this progress over perfection. So, let's be honest. Do you think perfection is exhausting like I do sometimes? Mm, it can be exhausting, right? And progress, just keep it moving. I love it. Absolutely, right? But perfection, having to put it all together, look a certain part when you're showing up out there. I'm exhausted just thinking about it. So, it's almost like it's a moving target, right? But did you ever think that it's possibly a silent bully? Hmm. Let that steep for a second. Perfection can be a silent bully. And listen to this next thing that it can be a dream killer. Now, I know you guys are probably thinking, like, what? What's she mean? Where's she getting that from? Good morning, Miss Diva Daz on Instagram. Good to have you here. So, oh, guys, hey, I forgot. What are y'all drinking? Because I have my coffee today, my hazelnut coffee, like I do every day. I'm going to take a sip. I don't know what you're drinking, but I'm going to have a sip of this. Mm, that's good. So, once again, we are talking about progress over perfection. Which one do you prefer? All right. So, just a quick recap. When you think about it, perfection can be exhausting. Think about it. Drinking your tea. Good, good, good. Another drinker, tea drinker with honey. I know I need to switch over. I need to give coffee a break sometime. Yeah. And try some teas. And I have a ton of different flavored teas downstairs, but I don't know. I'll be looking for that morning cup of coffee. But yeah, maybe I will switch it up every now and then. Okay. But all right. So I said, perfection can be a silent bully, perfection can be a dream killer. But let's talk about progress. Hey, do you agree, like I agree, that progress is honest, it's steady, and just to piggyback off of what Jean said, progress, just keep it moving. That sounds like steady, keeping it moving forward. And this word sacred, sacred, sacred. Progress can be sacred. So I just got a text message. A really good friend of mine says, on it. And so, but in today's brew, I want to just let you know that this can be gentle, but it's a powerful reminder that progress over perfection. You're allowed to be a work in progress. Give yourself permission. Let's start there, right? Hey, Jesse Moss, 92775. Good morning, my sister. So, I want you all that's tuning in to this message to give yourself permission and to know it's okay to be a work in progress. You don't have to have it all figured out. Take that pressure off yourself. You don't have to have all the answers. Life is a journey, it's about discovery. So you're going to find answers along the journey. And you know what? Maybe you just haven't connected with those you need to get answers from, right? So give yourself permission to know it's okay to be a work in progress. Listen, we didn't come out the womb with everything already. No, we had to grow into some things. We had to be developed. We had to learn in order to be. All right. So you do not need to have all the answers. And you certainly don't need to be perfect to be purposeful. So please take the pressure off. Okay. Let's woosah for a quick second. Take a deep breath and breathe it out. You do not need to be perfect to be purposeful. All right. So, we already live in a world that often praises polished outcomes and overlooks the messy middle. That's funny because when I think about this, everybody right now is doing a podcast or everybody right now is doing a show or doing live or whatever. That's where we are in the industry today, that you can do it yourself. Everything is right at your fingertip, right? And so we're programmed, I think, to just say, oh my gosh, it has to be so perfect because you don't want to be scrutinized. You don't want to be ridiculed. You don't want people to talk about you. But we talked about this in a previous coffee brew, right? That they're going to talk anyway. So what I decided to do is all I know to do is be me. That's it. I'm just me. And I'm going to show up in the world where I'm comfortable with me. And who's for it is for it, and who's not is not. But at the end of the day, my energy cannot be so focused on the opinions of everybody else. So, you know what? Sometimes it's messy. Sometimes words may not come out right. And boy, do I have a habit of saying, that's a safety word that's like a filler while I'm reaching to get something else. So, hey, we have someone new into the community, JS2 the world. How do you share you with the world, Auntie? That is funny. Sounds like family, but you know what? That was the question I asked God. How do I show up in the world with all that you've given me, right? So, how I'm showing up is how I'm showing up. You're here, you're in the community, you're having an experience with me. I'm having an experience with you as we communicate and talk to one another. And I have to be honest with you. For me, it's about progress because perfection, I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy to be so perfectly put together that it feels like anything can crack at any moment and it's a wrap, right? I don't have the energy for that. So you know what? All I know to do is have fun being me. And I have to tell you, I'm having fun. I thought I wouldn't, but coming out the background, working so hard behind the scenes, I'm having fun. And you know what? Who shows up, shows up. But what's amazing is people are showing up. So hey, let's talk about it. Let's get into it. So, but let me get back to this, right? Progress over perfection. So, the stresses of being in this world and everybody want to praise what's polished, those polished outcomes, and they kind of overlook the messy things, but growth happens in the grit. So, even as I am committed to show up every day, Monday through Friday. I thought I could do 7 days a week, but I realized, girl, get it together. 7 days a week. Right now, you just need to stay committed to showing up um day by day. And that's been my commitment to myself is every day, regardless of who may show up in the community, I'm going to show up. As long as I have breath in my body and I have a will to do and I can do, I said, I'm gonna show up. And in the beginning, I started out like a little between the hours of 11, 10, and 11, because when I say sometimes my busy is a little crazy, my busy is a little crazy. That's funny. My schedule is a little crazy, but I had to just purely make a commitment because I was reading the comments and what people were saying. And it's like, can I get a set time so I can schedule it to tune in? And I work really hard. And so as you can see, I am trying to be here at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time AM, right? So, but let me say, because I see new names popping up in the community. We have White Rabbit 4227 started following you. Thank you so much. Listen, I love building family, building community. As I call it, my Hope of Vision Connect. But I love building family because you know what? There is so much that I can take from all of you. Like I said, you don't have to have all the answers. And trust me, I don't. I look to gain from those out there, as well as helping to give to those out there. And I'm a big component or big advocate for those sharing their stories, especially being a publisher. So, but hey, I see some other people have joined the community. We have Charmin Mania. Now, if I'm saying that wrong, please forgive me. But thank you so much for joining. And let me see. White Rabbit 4222 says, sis, get advice, great advice. Spread my auntie's link. Okay. I love it. So definitely, definitely all is welcome to join in on the morning brew to be able to see what we are drinking for the day. What's the brew for the day? Um, Thank you. It's about to do it. So, but let me get back to this message because I really want to challenge you all. Are you for progress or are you for perfection? I want you to think which one aligns with who you are. And then find out, is that the right fit for you? Or maybe you need to look at the other one and see if that's a better fit for you. But that I'm going to leave with you. I'm just going to give you the message and you do with it what you will. So, all right. So, okay. Let me get back because we was talking about how the world tends to, always praise those that are so polished and well put together, and they tend to overlook those that may be a little messy and may not have it all together, right? But every step forward counts, even the wobbly ones. Every lesson, every detour, every slow day matters. I just want to give you some words of encouragement if you're struggling in those areas. So, in today's coffee break, let me just share with you what we're sipping on. And you're probably already picking up some of this stuff also, especially if it resonates with you. So, why chasing perfection leads to burnout and self doubt? Can anyone raise their hand and say, yes, I've been there? Yes, that has happened to me. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm tired of always feeling in my little circle of people, friends, and stuff that always got to have it together. You don't know how to let your guard down. You don't know how to just be free to be because you are relying on what that person may have to say about you. We talked about people pleasing yesterday. Make sure you check out yesterday's coffee brew, okay? But If that's something that you struggle with and you deal with because it is that important for you, what people may say or think about you, then please, I want you to just sit one day, they're not long, and just start going back through the library of the different coffee brews, right? Because we talk about a lot of that, whereas pretty much your identity, um, your peace, right? Your peace, and then also you being the leading person in your story and not giving that power over to somebody else to have an opinion on everything you do, say, and how you look and all that stuff. Free yourself. I want to say that again. Free yourself from others' opinions about you. Okay, I'm gonna leave that with you once again. So, because today's message we're talking about we're talking about perfection, progress over perfection, right? So, let me give you a few more about what we're sipping on today. The power of embracing your in progress season. Yeah, so some of you right now, you may be in that season of being in progress, and I'm gonna refer back to what Jean said earlier. She said, just keep it moving. So, yeah, I mean, there's power in that. So embrace your progress. Don't focus on anybody else's. Embrace your progress. Okay. Because, like I said in another coffee brew, you're responsible for you. And if you change those things that you don't like about you, or if you change those things to help perfect you, then guess what? Everything and everyone around you will change because they have to respond to the new you. Keep that in mind. So embrace your progress. Um, okay, another thing we're sipping on today is how small, consistent steps create lasting transformation. So hopefully that right there just allowed some people to just drop some weight off of them, because we put too much pressure on ourselves about having to be somewhere at a certain time in our life. I am now this age and I should have already completed this and this. And you know what? You set yourself up for failure. I'm going to tell you that right now. And the reason is life don't always work on your terms. It doesn't. Sometimes you got to go through the journey in order to get all those things you need to pick up along the way that you're going to need for where you're going. So just because you wake up one day and you have this perfect planned list together of one, two, three. All right, I need to be married by this age. I need to have family by this age. I need my career popping by this age. I need to, whew, I'm tired just thinking about it. So if if I'm tired just thinking about it, I can only imagine how tired you are putting that together and trying to hit all those things. But I'm gonna say this. When you put that type of pressure on yourself, you miss out on really the gems that you should be picking up and gathering along your journey of discovery, because you're so focused on that thing, that thing, that thing. But you just miss that one thing that was waiting for you in your path that you were supposed to grab, because it was going to help affect change on some of those things on that list. So please be observant while you are on this journey. Please be focused, but still be watchful that you don't miss the very things you need to complete those things on your to-do list. Okay. All right. So, something else we're sipping on: learning to honor your journey without shaming your pace. Okay. So I talked a little bit about that. I just put it in a different way, right? I got ahead of myself. But listen, the journey is what's powerful, not just the destination of getting there. Because if you're not equipped, you won't stay there long. Okay. It's the journey of discovery that's so important, where you get all your richness, all the jewels that you're going to need. You get the pain, you get the suffering, you may have some hurts, but there is such a joy in discovering. There's happiness that you may find along this journey. There's love that you'll gain on this journey. But don't just focus on the negative, okay? Focus on what is happening in that moment sometime. Be present in that moment, right? So, all right, y'all. We about to wrap this up because I know some of you probably snuck out to take this coffee break, but let me just say, so we all have our own journeys. Absolutely. We do. So your journey is not like someone else's journey. It does not look the same. We are two individual peoples. We walk two paths in life, different paths in life. Now, you may be able to walk side by side with someone, but at the end of the day, what's for you is for you, and what's for them is for them. So stay open, stay present, and choose. Are you for progress or are you for perfection? So let me just bring this to an end, right? So if you've been beating yourself up for not being there yet, today's message is definitely for you. You don't need to be perfect to be powerful. Yeah. Have you ever heard the statement or the saying that your mess is your message? And sometimes our mess is real messy, right? Thank you, Rita Brown. Great message. Thank you. Thank you for joining in. Good to have you in. So, your mess is your message. That doesn't sound like perfection, does it? Not starting out with the word mess. But do not be ashamed of those things that you have come through. Do not be ashamed for what you think people are thinking about you. Embrace every part of your story, every part of you. I always say take the power back from the enemy trying to exploit you or trying to shame you or embarrass you or have people look at you funny or crazy or whatever. You own it. Own it with the authority that you walk in. It is mine. I own it. And hey, that's who I used to be. That's not who I am today. But I needed all that to become who I am today. So I want you to know there is power in your story. And some people go as far as letting the world know about their story when they come to me to publish their books. And so, with that, if you have the courage to do that and you want your story to be told, because you will be surprised that, you know what, it might be more people that your story aligns with than you think. So, never think your story is not worth it because you've gone through something. All right. Which makes it worth it, which makes you worth it. All right. So, as I'm coming to my close, you just need to keep moving forward. Just keep moving forward because the real magic, it is not in the final product. It's in who you're becoming along the way. That is one of my favorite words, becoming. So I want to leave this with you. Once again, are you for progress or are you for perfection? It's your decision. But in the final sip, I just want to leave this with you that you are on a journey of becoming. So discover in this journey, discover all of who you are. If you're trying to figure it out, take the pressure off yourself, thinking it has to be this big, grand old thing. Take the pressure off yourself. Sometimes it's the little hidden, soft voice within you that's letting you know how great you are, who you are, what your purpose to be. So, with that being said, let me just share a few things. So I have Amanda Neighbors. When love gives us an assignment, it will not be anything that we can't accomplish. Whoo, now y'all make sure y'all go get her book. When Love Pours, Love Speaks. It is her new book. It just came out and it is an Amazon bestseller. So make sure you go and get that. So I also have from Urban Bite Network, one of my partners. Don't let planning be the death of progress. Progressive. Don't let planning be the death of progress. Progressive implies that excessive or rigid planning can hinder the adaptability and innovation needed for progressive movements to succeed. Whew, that's a whole message in itself, but that was good. So, thanks for that. Yes, please don't let it be the death of you. Take a deep breath. Let's do this together once again. Breathe in and we're going to exhale together as we bring this coffee brew to an end, right? Please put all books in my DM. Okay, will do. Actually, you know what? Since I mentioned Amanda's book, if you guys give me 1 second, if you guys give me 1 second, I want to just show her book on screen. And give me a second because I gotta take this business call real quick. Y'all bear with me, okay? Hello. It's going real good. Can I call you back in like 5 minutes? I'm just wrapping up my live. I will. Bye. Thanks. Couldn't miss that call because that's a new author that wants to join the family. So here we are. But let me just share this really quickly with you guys because you've been so patient. Let me see if I still can just pull it real quick. Um, but yes, I want you to, better yet, you know what? Uh let me do this. I'm going to put the link for those that are interested to please make sure you go and get Amanda's book. Yes, support. She has, first of all, while I'm pulling this up, Amanda, this is her second volume. And what she has done, she has put together a love quote book. I call her the quote queen, right? Because this is her second book, 365 quotes, all on love. All on love. So if you someone that needs love, looking for love, or just want to know how love can show up in so many different ways, then please, this book is definitely for you. So hold on, bear with me. I am pulling it in right now. When love, I'm pulling the link in. So you guys, I'm gonna put it in the comments. And guess what? Here it is. And you guys can go make sure you pick up your copy. All right. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me the space and the time to just do this and join in with me. So, if you are someone that has a story, but you have no idea how to even get it to the market or even how to get it out of you, then you know what? You definitely want to stop by um, HOVPUB.com. And I'm going to put that in here too. But you know what? I want you to reach out to me. And I would love to be a coach for you and help you bring your book to the market, right? So we've been in business for 15 years. Nope, I'm sorry, 17 years with over 500 books that we've published, so many authors globally. It has been truly a blessing, and I am clear it's my assignment. And this is just, Morning Brew is just an extension of that, being able to have this platform to allow people to really share their stories. There are some powerful stories out there. And you know what's so amazing? We're in a season right now, and I didn't mean to shift the message into this, but I just want to leave this with you. We're in a season right now that people are losing their jobs. People don't know how or where or what. People are getting stuck and don't know how to pivot and take that turn to do what's really on the inside of them. How can I make this work? How can I feed my family from the thing that I love doing? And that's one thing with Hope of Vision. Hope of Vision, we tap into your purpose. We tap into your vision. And the thing is, we help you birth it out so you can see it and the world can embrace it and be a part of it. And one way it shows up in the world is in the form of a book. You sharing your story. Now, a book can be, I mean, from a paperback to a hard case to a audiobook to an ebook to actually books can be adapted for movies, television, film. Your story can show up in so many different formats. So, if you are someone and you have a story that you would like to share with the world, but you have no idea how to get started, well, you know what? We have a self publishing division, we have a publishing division. We are a full service publishing company that can cater to your needs, but it all starts with a conversation. So if you are interested, make sure you just stop by the website, hovpub.com, and maybe I'll put that up on the screen too, right? But just stop by. Just stop by. There we go. And let me know. You can fill out an assessment form. We could talk about it. And you know what? Your book too can become a bestseller. And it also can generate revenue for you too. So, with that being said, I'm really leaving now. I am really leaving now because I have a phone call. I have to go talk to a new author that wants to be a part of the HOV publishing family. So, I love you all so much. Thank you. Please come back. Fridays is our Author Brew Friday. So, once again, if you are someone, you have a book, or you want to think about putting a book together, you know what? Join me in studio and let's talk about it. Let everybody chime in and be a part of the conversation with us. Thank you again. If you have not done so, in the description, click on HOV, Hope of Vision Connect, and make sure you join the YouTube channel because guess what? We are over 11,000 followers. So, and that's globally. That's incredible to me. But anyway, make sure you sign up, join up, leave your comments, watch some of the previous coffee brews. But all right, enough already. Go do what you're doing. I got to go back to work. I have so much to do today, and I have new books coming to the market. Yes, so I'm excited about that. I'll see you guys tomorrow in studio with our special guest. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.